مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أعزائي طلبة الصف السابع، أهلا وسهلا بكم في درس جديد من الوحدة السابعة، درس 7E, Students Book, page number 96. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to talk about team problems and express emotion, find specific information after listening to Steve's friends giving him an advice by choosing the correct answers, asking for or giving an advice. Let's see this video together, and after that we will come back.
Hun, what's wrong? You look very upset. I just got my exam result. I only scored 6. I need 7 to get a job as a tour guide. I'm sorry to hear that. That's too bad, Hun, but it's not the end of the world. You can take the exam again, right? Yes, but I have a Skype interview tomorrow with the tour company in Korea. Maybe I should cancel it. What do you think I should do? I think you should have the interview. It's already planned. You've nothing to lose by doing it. I disagree. Why don't you wait and take the exam again? Then you can be more confident about giving a good impression. I don't know if I will get another chance for an interview. I was lucky to get this one. You're right, Hun. I suggest you have the interview and hope for the best. Have you told the tour company you only scored 6? No, not yet. Do you think I should? Yes, Hun. It's best to be honest. They will like that. Have they asked you about the score? No, but they told me I need to score 7 before I can start the job. Then you shouldn't tell them the score until they ask. Mike, that isn't honest. You should teach Hun to be honest. But Sandra, they haven't asked yet. Hun, how about having the interview and not telling them you only scored 6 until they ask you? What if they ask me at the beginning of the interview? I'll be so embarrassed. Listen to me, Hun. You will not achieve your goal without risks. You might be a little embarrassed. Is that really so important? Take my advice and have the interview. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yes, I think you're right. I can only try my best. I'll go get ready for the interview.
So in this video we saw many phrases that we can use to ask for advice, and also other phrases we use it to give an advice. Let's start now with the listen. At the beginning, a group of questions that you need to think about. What kind of problems do people in your age usually have? Think about it. Who do they usually have problem with؟ يعني شو أنواع المشاكل اللي بتواجههم؟ ومع مين بالعادة بيواجهوا هاي المشاكل؟ Friends, classmates, teachers, teammates, neighbors, or family. Who do you ask for advice and why? مين بتسأل أو مين بتسأله يعطيك نصيحة ولماذا؟ Do you always follow their advice? هل دائما تتبع نصائحهم؟ And also why? Does their advice usually help? Now let's go to the next part, which is Steve's problem. Let's see Steve's problem, read about it, and see what should he do. I've got a problem and I don't know what to do. Yesterday I needed a tablet. I couldn't find mine. So I took my brother's. However, I dropped it on the floor and now it isn't working. I am in trouble. I'd like to fix it, but I haven't got enough money. I haven't told my brother yet. He's going to be upset when he finds out. What should I do? Do I have to tell him that I broke it? Okay, for me, I think that he should be honest and tell him what to do and tell him what happened, sorry. So, what do you think that Steve should and Steve shouldn't do? I think that Steve should tell the truth and he shouldn't lie on his brother. What about you? Try to write. Listen to two of Steve's friends give him advice and choose the correct answer. A, B, or C. Then check your answers with a partner.
Jake! First of all, you should calm down. Accidents happen to all of us. Of course, you have to tell your brother what happened. Say that you are sorry. Explain to him that you needed it, and promise that next time you will ask him before you borrow any of his things. I hope everything goes well.
Fred!
I think you should tell your parents about this. I know they'll be angry, but it's important. You haven't got enough money to fix the tablet, or get your brother a new one, so maybe your parents can help you solve the problem. They can pay for it now, and you can save up money and pay them back.
So after we listened to Jake and Fred, what is the answer? The first one, they said, you should promise that you won't take these things again. And what about Fred? Fred said, you should ask your parents for help, which is B. Now let's move on to the next part of this lesson, which is speaking, page number 96. Again, read the phrases in the tables and repeat them. طبعا يا شباب احنا الهدف الرئيسي من درس سبيكينج انه نتعلم العبارات اللي بنستخدمها حتى نحكي عن النصائح او نطلب النصائح او حتى نعطي نصائح. الان الجزء الاول هو asking for advice. اول شيء لازم تعمل stating a problem، يعني تحدد شو المشكلة او تحكي انه انا عندي مشكلة. العبارة المستخدمة I've got a problem with my brother. I've got a problem. I've got a problem with whatever is the person. I've got a problem with وبعدين تحكي مين الشخص أو وبعد هيك عفوا the problem is that he's very messy. Here you're stating the problem. هون أنت بتحدد طبيعة المشكلة. النقطة الثانية giving advice, encouraging, تشجيع. أعطي النصيحة ويكون فيها تشجيع. Don't worry. لا تقلق. Calm down. اهدأ. Cheer up. يعني بمعنى إنك ابتسم. Everything will be just fine. كل شيء سيكون على ما يرام. It's going to be alright. كل شيء سيصبح جيدا. I hope everything goes well. أتمنى أن يصبح كل شيء جيدا. Now, let's go to the next part, which is describing how you feel. هون أنا بعمل expressing to my emotion. بعبر عن مشاعري. I feel down. I feel terrible. I feel helpless. أشعر أني منهك. أشعر أني مدمر. أشعر بشكل سيء. أشعر بأني عاجز. Helpless. I'm really upset. Scared. Confused. Lonely. كل هاي كلمات طبعا تعطي شعور سيء. I'm in trouble. أنا في مشكلة. I don't know what to do. ولا أعلم ماذا سأفعل. الآن نعطي نصيحة. لما نعطي نصيحة I think you should. هون نستخدم should و shouldn't غالبا. I think you should talk to him. You shouldn't lie. Perhaps you should explain how you feel. You can or you could ask your parents for help. أما طلب النصيحة فبيكون عن طريق I need your advice. أنا بحاجة لنصيحتك. What should I do؟ هي أشهر طرق للسؤال أو طلب النصيحة. What should I do؟ Can you please help me؟ هل تستطيع مساعدتي؟ رجاءً. Please tell me what to do. أرجوك أخبرني ماذا أفعل. في النهاية راح نتعلم كيف نعبر عن الرولز والobligation، القوانين والشغلات الإلزامية. مثلا Do I have to tell my brother that I broke his tablet؟ هل هو هذا obligation؟ هل لازم؟ You have to be careful. have to. لاحظ استخدام have to في الجزئين. Do I have to؟ You have to. إذا بستخدم have to للإلزام. You have to be careful with your brother's things every time you borrow them. You must. النقطة الثانية هون أنا بحكي عن rules. You must ask for your brother's permission before you borrow his things. Now let's see the following. هون عندنا role play. طبعا غالبا راح يكون هذا بالصف. Student A و Student B. راح يكون في عندنا بالستودنت A مجموعة مشاكل راح يتبناها واحد من الطلاب، وهذا أسلوب ممكن نرد فيه. مثلا the problem is that I feel what should I do. الآن النصيحة don't worry, perhaps you should, you must, you mustn't, you have to, you don't have to، أو you should or you shouldn't كمان كأسلوب لطلب النصيحة أو لإعطاء النصيحة عفوا. نشوف هذا المثال أمامنا. مثلا My parents don't let me invite friends to my house. شو بتتوقعوا الرد الأنسب؟ I'm tired all the time and the school exams are in a week. شو النصيحة اللي بتعطوها لها؟ هاي المشكلة. الثالثة I move to another schools and I don't make friends easily. What should he do? My brother and I fight because my favorite TV programs. What should I do? بإمكانك عزيزي الطالب تدخل على هاي اللعبة من خلال مسحها عن طريق الهاتف وتقوم باللعبة. اللعبة طبعا ممتعة، أتمنى أنكم تستمتعوا فيها أيضا. شكرا جزيلا لاستماعكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.